So let's move on to what I thought was the second best match of the night. It was for the AEW Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks challengers taking on, at the time, champions FTR. This was cool. So many little details about this match made it awesome. FTR coming out in the green, a la Boston Celtics. Young Bucks coming out in the purple and gold, a la the Lakers. So you have a Celtics-Lakers kind of built-in rivalry. And for international listeners who may not be sports fans either, Lakers Celtics go back to the 60s. This is a rivalry.
They've faced each other in the NBA Finals 20 times or some weird number.
It's some incredible number, but their rivalry goes back, generations. There's grandfathers that hate each other over the Celtics and Lakers. It's that real. So I love the little details just as far as visual presentation. And I loved how it was two styles essentially saying we're the better of the two styles. You had the 1980s FTR with the snapmares and body slams and quick tags and double team moves. And then you had the Young Bucks with their early 2000s, Amazing Red, Ricochet, Will Ospreay types of triple backflips, like we're doing things on a trampoline and just going back and forth.
No contact wrestling.
Right, exactly. But that was also another cool contrast, right? So you had Matt Jackson's foot injury versus the bald FTR guy. I can't remember their names. Bald FTR guy and his hand injury. It's the exact opposite,
I don't know their
limbs.
fucking names either. I
It's
just know the bald guy and the other one.
Yeah.
I know the bald guy and the other one.
Yeah, it's the fat bald guy and the buff hairy one. That's their names.
Okay. I thought that was our name.
So I loved how the story was being told, and the thing that cost FTR the match was they wanted to get cute, air quotes, cute, and do a move from the top rope, and that's what cost them. They got out of their bread and butter, shot themselves in the foot. Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson take advantage. They become your new tag team champions. This was really good. What is interesting, though, is what does that mean going forward? So we built all of this time since FTR came into AEW to this match, right? It was Hangman and Kenny Omega as the champs. They had their inner turmoil, but it was FTR kind of in the background, stirring the pot. Young Bucks also intertwined in that storyline. Hangman and Kenny Omega dissolve into what they're doing right now. So then we, build up to this amazing crescendo of a match. Awesome, cool. We got new champions. And next week on Dynamite, the Young Bucks take on Top Flight.
Yep.
For as strong as this division is on paper, you've shot your wad with Best Friends. They've already had 2 championship title matches, so you can't really say they're next. The Nightmare Family or whatever they're called, they had a good win, and we'll get into that a little bit. But yeah, it's a 62-year-old man and a guy who looks like he's 82, so they're not fucking believable. Santana and Ortiz lose every single time they're tagging together, so they're not believable. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, that'd be fun, but where do they fall with the Young Bucks who seem like they're baby faces? So what I'm getting at is you built all to this match. Now what's next?
Yeah, I thought the match was great. Like you said, the blending of the styles worked amazing. And the fact that they didn't just pick a style and go with it. They were trying to compete with each other, which is kind of what this whole storyline before they were in this company existed was about. It was, oh, fuck you, man, we do the real thing. And it was like, fuck you, call it the real thing. Just grow up, right? Times change, right? That was kind of it was the whole, fuddy-duddy versus the new, new kids on the block storyline. It always has been, and that was cool, and I liked it. Same thing. What do we do here? FTR, that was their whole existence in coming into this company, and their whole storyline was, we're better than the fucking Young Bucks. fuck off. It was basically their whole, that's been their whole demeanor. So I don't know what they do now. And maybe that's part of what they do is that gets acknowledged with Tully, and we lead into this 4 horseman group that's never going to happen that everybody keeps talking about. So,
or maybe this is when we pull the trigger, because as we alluded to, there's another guy out there who we don't know what he's doing next, and that's Hangman Adam Page. And him and FTR, they were good friends before everything fell apart for all 3 of them. Tully could be that glue that gets them to reunite. Post-match in this, though, was
a great fit. Hangman,
yeah,
FTR, Tully, and then what are we going to say? Cody?
Shawn Spears.
Or you
no,
just
Shawn Spears. Yeah.
Who's leading that group? Hangman? He's that guy?
Yeah. Well, you have Shawn Spears say he is, and then through, trials and tribulation, it's Hangman Adam Page. But post-match was also another really cool piece of storytelling. So the Young Bucks get the victory. They're on top of the world. Their best friend, Kenny Omega, runs out. They're celebrating. All is well. Everything is great. And then in the entryway, in the tunnel, is Hangman Adam Page with a tear in his eye, looking like he just saw his dog get hit by a car, standing there all alone. Oh, Tim, that pulled on my heartstrings. I wanted to buy a cowboy hat.
It was good.
I wanted to buy a cowboy hat and just be on a horse and just say I'm doing cowboy millennial shit.
Yeah, we're getting sad drinky Page, man. We're getting tear in my beer.
Yeah.
That's going to be his new theme song, the Tear in My Beer song, right? Like, that's just going to be it, man. So, I like that a lot. That was cool. That was a good touch.
Oh, God.
It was a nice bow on everything, right?
It gives you more seeds to plant with and go and see where we want to take this next story. That was perfect. Mwah. It was a chef's kiss. Good. Right there. Mwah. So good.